Hello, Moonlight Adventures family. Josh and Chastity here checking in. It's been a little while. We've had family in and out, and it's just been really busy. So it's been a while since we've done some uploads, so you're going to get a whole bunch of them. We've already posted a few things. But we wanted to come back to you. We had our grandson Landen in town with us, and we decided to take him on a trip to the Virginia Aquarium and Marine Science Center in Virginia Beach. And it was good. He enjoyed it. Great time. Yeah. he enjoyed it for a little while, but you know, he's 20 months old, so you know, but he did enjoy it. We'll get into the things that he enjoyed and liked, but anyway, first things first, the cost. So Chastity went online and bought us tickets, and they're still exercising some COVID type regulations and policies there, so you do have to sign up for a certain time. You can only go in one way, come out one way, all those kind of things. Maskless, but there are some things still at play there COVID wise. The tickets were,
I believe, around 25. I don't really remember. I think 25 a person.
We'll put a link down in the bottom in the description so you guys can go check it out. Also, so driving in, there are two parking lots there, so this is good to know information. You turn to the right as you come in, or it may be the left for you, but there anyway. Depends on which way you go in, but there's two parking lots that you can utilize, and one is beside the actual aquarium itself, and the other is across the street. The one across the street is less crowded, and if you don't have small children, it's easy to get in and out of. You may want to use it. But if you're with a 20-month-old, yes, a 20-month-old, like we were, then you want to go to the one that's closer to the aquarium. The only problem is some of those parking spots in there are paid parking spots. But if you just take your time and you're patient, you can find one that you're not going to have to pay for, and it'll be close to the aquarium. So from there we get out, and you'll see in the video, Landen, it was amazing. The things that you didn't even have to pay a dime for were some of the things he enjoyed the most.
His favorite thing was free.
Yeah. So
before
you know,
we even go in.
First thing, walking down the sidewalk, they have a bunch of like impressions of footprints of wildlife and seashells and
we had to stop and touch every one of them.
Yeah, he wanted to touch every one, and Papaw lets Landen do whatever he wants, so he did get to touch every one. And then said hi to everybody.
Yeah.
We walked in, and as we walked in, there was a very large human, probably stood about 6'6" and close to 300 pounds. And little Landen walked right up to him. Hey! Hey! Hey!
And the guy was talking to somebody, too.
He was super friendly. He looked down and he's like, oh, you're talking to me. And said, hey, you know. So he is not shy, and he just a great little kid. Love every minute with him. So on to the next thing that doesn't cost you a dime at the Virginia Aquarium. They have a seal tank out front. And again, he met a little friend there, and hi. And he walks up and just politely as you be, just walk right in, somebody video in there, and starts playing with the seal. And just not a care in the world.
No.
But he did love the seal, and that seal tank and that seal exhibit, it was one of the cooler exhibits in the whole thing, to be honest. Two seals there outside, and you know, you'll see a large crowd there gathered looking at the seal, because it is one of the cooler exhibits. Anything up to that point you want to add? Moving on, you go in, you have to wait in another short line they have to check your digital ticket or whatever. Landen didn't like that. He was ready to go, so you know, Papaw just takes him and goes into the gift shop. That's how we roll. And finally, we get in, we go through, and we we get into more lines. But it's okay, because at least at this point we're waiting in line in a little area where there's ducks, there's some fish, a little pond, a little like waterfall area, and he was really enjoying the fish and the people we were standing in line with.
Yeah, one thing we did remember, I mean, our kids are grown, so if you forgot how to raise a kid, you need to bring a stroller. Yes. We didn't bring a stroller.
Stroller would be very important. But he
he
loved being able to do his thing, you know, and people were very polite.
Yeah, with him.
Yeah.
Because he would go up between people and it was fine. But then when we try to squeeze in between people, that's not so fine.
So that, finally, from there, you walk through this little area and you get into the aquarium, and you kind of walk from ground down into the water is kind of how they have this thing set up. So you go in, and the Komodo Dragons, I think, was the first thing we saw.
Yeah.
She thought was cool, and you know, they have a little place where you can walk underneath, and you can get in a dome, and you can get face to face with the Komodo Dragon, and we did that. He wasn't a big fan of that. He liked crawling to get there, but he didn't like what he saw when I lifted him up in the dome. Then we moved to the snakes. He wasn't afraid of the snakes. He thought those were cool. Don't know who he gets that from. I mean, I'll handle a snake if I know that it's not poisonous, but I'm still not a fan of them, and I know his dad don't like them.
Well, anybody's a fan of snakes when they're in a cage.
Satan's little hand puppet.
Yeah.
So moving on, you know, we go through, and the next thing that we come up to was the freshwater fish.
I don't remember.
Native to this area. Yeah, I mean,
I'm just trying to. I'm following Landen.
Yeah, I mean, he's wide open. I mean, he's full of piss and vinegar, boy. He goes, love him to death. But so yeah, I mean, we're trying to get him to, and he was interested in the fish, but so anyway, it's just what appeals to him and what doesn't appeal to him. If he's not into it, I'm done. Let's go do the next thing, Papaw. So we move on through. We go and we get her picture took, or Chastity gets her picture took up in the head of a shark with Landen, and he was into that. He thought that was cool. There wasn't a whole lot else there that he was into except for the big aquarium. He liked that. He liked being able to walk up to the big window and see the big fish. And there was a little submarine area there that we got to go into that was part of the Norfolk Canyon exhibit, which was a really cool exhibit. So we went down in there. He sat in the window, and he had this really cool picture where he was actually trying to tell Chastity something, but it looked like he was screaming, and there's like a shark coming over the top of his head.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool picture.
Yeah, that was a good picture.
Then we went into, they have one of those tunnels, like if you've been to SeaWorld, where the sharks and the fish are swimming above you and across you.
Yeah.
He liked that, but he didn't want to stay in line. He wanted to move on up and go see what he wanted to see. That's a really cool exhibit, though, especially for folks that live here in the Tidewater, Virginia area, because it's based around the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. So, you know, they have the pillars inside the aquarium, and you get to see redfish and the fish that live in the Chesapeake Bay here. So that I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. And that was about the time when Landen was ready to go. We hurried through most of the rest of the aquarium until we got to the stingray exhibit. He liked the stingray exhibit. I don't know if it was the stingrays or putting his hand in the water.
Yeah.
But he did enjoy
he liked
the stingray
washing his
exhibit.
hands.
Yes, he enjoyed that.
He didn't care about the stingrays. He didn't even notice them, want to touch them. He just wanted his hands in the water.
Yep.
But it was cool. It gave us a minute to breathe.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
And that was pretty much, there were a few more other things on the way out, but we both had decided that we were 30 minutes into this excursion, and Landen was ready. Now, that doesn't mean that the Virginia Aquarium and Marine Science Center is not a place to take young kids. Just bring a stroller.
Yeah.
Bring a stroller.
We thought we would be the cool grandparents.
Yeah.
No stroller. You can just walk. No.
No, not so much. he did enjoy it, and we did have a good time. Stress free, very clean aquarium in an easy part of Virginia Beach to get to. I'd suggest it for anyone. Again, we'll put descriptions down below. Eventually, we'll go back where it's just me and Chastity, and we'll do a more thorough review, and we'll put some more videos and things in so you guys can see the exhibits. But
yeah, and one thing, I don't know if it's just because of COVID or if it's always like this, but once you go in, you can't get out. You have to finish the whole thing. So if you're wanting to go and, we'll go here for a few minutes before a reservation or something, like, no, you have to finish it.
Yeah, and the one thing I didn't like so much was most of the aquarium too, they keep you in a single file line.
Yeah.
So with that not being able, you can't turn around and go back to an exhibit that you want to see again. You got to continue to move in the same direction. That's some of that leftover COVID stuff that's going on. I'm sure that'll change. It's looking like more and more of the COVID restrictions are going away as we're becoming vaccinated and immune to this thing and overcoming it. But at least for now, spend the time you want to spend at a certain exhibit if you want to study it more, because you won't get another chance. Which, it's kind of a double-edged thing, because then you got people behind you and you feel pressured to try and hurry up and let them see.
Well, you don't really have to, you can pass. You can go around people. And you can stay at something as long as you want. You just can't turn around and go back. Like, if you want to go in somewhere and let's just leave and come back or whatever, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Once you pass it, you can't turn around. There's arrows everywhere.
Yeah, so that's good to keep in. And that was part of the problem we had with Landen is I think if he would have been free to roam, we could have just, kind of
followed him,
herded him around and followed him where he wanted to go, and it would have been fine. But trying to keep him in a line, he doesn't understand that. And I'm not going to try to force him into standing in a line, because I'm not going to force a little fella to do anything.
We'll let his parents teach him about
That's
lines.
right. Yeah. She sent me to buy groceries for him as he was getting here to spend time with us, and I bought all the healthy things Grandma wanted to buy, or Mimi wanted to buy.
Not
And
Grandma, Mimi.
Papaw bought zebra cakes and cupcakes and Kool-Aid jammers.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and Cadbury eggs and just everything that a growing boy needs.
Yeah.
And
then when he left, we're stuck with all this healthy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's no zebra cakes left. That's all he wanted.
Let him play in the dirt. Let him hold worms.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody needs a little vitamin dirt in their life. But
not him.
Hope you guys enjoyed our breakdown here. Please like and subscribe. Go to TubeBuddy if you're a creator. Use those tools. Check out some of our friends that subscribe to our channel. They all are creators and have great channels as well. We appreciate each and every one of you guys that are subscribers and that are viewers. Subscribe and be sure to hit the notification bell so you can get all our new uploads. We are now up over that 50 subscriber limit, and we are going to start going live. So we're still trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to plan a live for the next for next week. I actually have some business travel at the beginning of the week, but toward the end of the week, we will come to you live from Fob El Guapo de Jesus with something.
We don't know what.
It may just be our beautiful faces, but we will come to you with something. Moonlight Adventures